For July 2nd, 2025, this is DC Action News, reporting bravely and boldly from the center of the multiverse. I'm Alex Jaffe. Our top story: a new government data leak from the revolutionary-affiliated Truth Network contains stunning new information about the Absolute Power incident, where disgraced intelligence director Amanda Waller took control of the nation of Gomorrah, shut off the powers of every active superhero, and orchestrated a misinformation campaign villainizing the metahuman community. These newly leaked documents seem to suggest that the United States government was in fact aware of Director Waller's actions through her entire course of operation, and may have in fact been facilitating them, setting the director up to take the fall in the event of the global power grab's failure. Waller's current whereabouts following her recent disappearance from custody remain unknown, but if this new documentation is indeed the truth, then there's more than enough evidence to suspect who might need Waller off the board the most. In the hero community, more trouble for the Justice Society of America this week. Following a humiliating loss to the Injustice Society, which resulted in the death of Wildcat and the theft of the Helmet of Fate, and what many feel to be a misguided refusal to relinquish their independent status to the wider Justice League Unlimited organization, we're now hearing that the ranks of the JSA have been infiltrated by one of their greatest enemies, Johnny Sorrow. Sorrow, who breached the JSA Brownstone building in disguise as team member Obsidian, likely could have been caught if they had access to means of magic detection, such as, for instance, the Helmet of Fate. Following this cascade of embarrassments, it may be time for newer, younger heroic advocates in New York City. That's why DC Action News endorses Zoran Mamdani for mayor. In tech news, the Oracle network providing anonymous cybersecurity services worldwide is up and running again, following a recent shutdown tech experts have traced to Gotham City. Unsubstantiated rumors in the dark web chiefly suspect a figure called Damon Prime, a new notorious internet personality said to control a shadow army of mercenaries paid in untraceable cryptocurrency to take the Oracle network down. Whether this conflict is motivated by some personal connection or to facilitate general or specific web crime remains a matter of speculation, seeing as we have yet to confirm that Damon Prime actually even exists. But if you've been a loyal listener, you should have intuited by now the number one rule of the news on Prime Earth: the rumors are always true. From Earth 789, we have an update on the recent disappearance of their Gotham's own Dark Knight. For a timber ton of news, we go now to our Gotham Globe affiliate, Alexander Knox.
This is Alexander Knox with the Gotham Globe. There's chaos in Gotham, folks. Bruce Wayne vanished. What's new, though? Guy hasn't returned a phone call since the Reagan administration. The real news is that Batman disappeared for a while, too. I'd take over the cowl and cape myself, but I don't think I have the hips for it. A bunch of other folks did though, and oh boy, the police have had their hands full with trying to figure that mess out. Word on the street is that there's also a guy dealing out fear drugs to the highest bidder and shaking everyone up. Newsflash, buddy, it's Gotham. People are shaken up on a good day. And what's the benefit of being a themed weirdo anyway? Probably good dental insurance. Meanwhile, you got this celebrity psychologist, Harleen Quinzel, running around, all obsessed with the Joker. Must have been the dance moves, you know. Girls love a guy that loves a nice Prince song. I wouldn't know from experience, but I've heard. Quinzel wants some TV time, which between the ACN talk shows and reruns of Shrek's old game show, I'm sure it'll be as educational as a frontal lobotomy. Speaking of newsflash, Quinzel's now at the ACN headquarters demanding revenge. You know how Gotham is. You get dissed, you get a costume, you get even, you get an action figure. Scarecrow's at the ACN headquarters too, threatening to scare us all to death, and Batman's back, doing what he does and saving our butts once again. By the end of the night, we've got one Batman returned, a couple kid sidekicks on the loose, one dead network CEO, two missing wackos, and one exhausted newspaper reporter. Not a bad score. This has been Alexander Knox with the Gotham Globe, and, as always, I could use a raise.
Thanks, Alex. We'll see about getting you that grant. In further multiverse developments, we have an update from the Monsterverse. An experimental Titan formula, allegedly developed by LexCorp, has been circulating through some universes' counterpart of the Bell Rev penitentiary system, mutating inmates like King Shark into giant monsters. In the Monsterverse itself, our reporter on the scene, GODZILLA, caught footage of a colossal killer croc in a titanic death battle with King Kong on Skull Island. GODZILLA? Ooh, that sounds tough. Stay safe out there. For the nightlife this week, Gotham's most exclusive club, the sci-fi themed Lunaria, is opening their first rave night to the general public. Lunaria has been the subject of protests by the Order of the Green Knight, among other environmentalist groups, for its extremely conspicuous energy consumption, rivaling the output of space launch programs for reasons that no one who hasn't been invited could even begin to explain. If you can make it past the gate, maybe you can find out for yourself just what keeps Lunaria humming. And finally, in celebrity news, does Lady Shiva have a secret love child? Young martial artist Tenji Turner, the so-called Jade Tiger, seems to think so. Turner has been making bold claims of his pedigree as the lost child of Bronze Tiger and the recently deceased martial arts world champion. Gotham's own BATGIRL, the spooky one, has been sighted on Bronze Tiger's ranch investigating these allegations. Despite no announcement of any intention to compete, sports bettors are already speculating on the Jade Tiger's prospects in this season's fight circuit. And that's all the news on our Prime Earth. We'll be back next week. For DC Action News, I'm Alex Jaffe, and your day has now been saved. For more on these developing stories, read Secret 6 number 5, JSA number 9, Birds of Prey number 23, Batman 89 Echoes number 6, Justice League vs. Godzilla vs. Kong 2 number 2, Gotham City Sirens, Unfit for Orbit number 1, and Batgirl number 9. DC Action News was created by Alex Jaffe, and is produced by Alex Jaffe and Esper Quinn. Additional voices by Daniel Dockery. This is a listener-supported broadcast. Your contributions to patreon.com/DCActionNews keep us running. The views and opinions expressed in this podcast do not necessarily reflect those of DC or Warner Bros. Discovery, nor should they be read as confirmation or denial of future DC plans. Never stop reading comics.